Quick update on Bitcoin for you folks. Looking at my charts now. Just to recap, the weekly chart is looking particularly negative. We tried to break the previous all-time high at around 65,000. We got to nearly 67,000, and then we spectacularly collapsed last week to actually close down on the week, leaving a a big shooting star candle, very negative. This, in effect, leaves a double top sell signal in place. We've even tried to rally this week. We got up to my resistance level, my sell level actually, 63,000, 63,500 with a stop above 64,000. So real nice trade, real low risk reward. And that is obviously playing out now and paying off now as we dip to 58,000. So the weekly chart certainly does look very negative, as you can see. And we are overbought on the stochastic as well. Now, on the daily chart, you'll see that we don't have a particularly negative pattern. Well, we have a head and shoulders pattern, but that's clearer on the short-term chart over here at the 4 hours, so we'll worry about that in a minute. At the moment, we've held the 58,000 level, which is a 23.6% fib. Previous little swing highs up there, so the price action sort of matches. So this will be key now. Okay, it is entirely possible that 58,000 holds, the bulls jump in, everything's all right, the head and shoulders pattern fails, and away we go. We go up to the previous all-time high. We break it. We carry on. That could happen. So you bulls that are out there are going to start telling me that I'm completely wrong and you're right and you're holding and it's going to 100,000. All right, fine. It might happen if it holds 58,000. But for me, the candle patterns, the weekly chart, the double top, and even the short-term charts. Well, the short-term chart. Look, there's the head and shoulders pattern on the hourly chart. We've broken below the 200-hour moving average, the 100-hour moving average. The 100 hours crossed below the 2. We've tried to bounce back to the 100. It hasn't worked. We've collapsed. We've broken the neckline. We have broken the 500-hour moving average, although we've bounced back to it. And we've clearly got resistance around 60,000, all the way up to 61,500 now. So we're going to have to get through there. Really, for me, we're going to have to get through 62,500 now for me to turn more bullish and say that the pattern has failed, that the 58,000 support level has held. We get through 62.5. Okay, that's fair enough. Then the price is telling me that we'll probably continue to trade higher and that we are still in a bull trend. But for right now, holding below 60,000 for me is negative. Holding below 59,500 is more negative. The head and shoulders pattern has completed. The neckline has been broken. So this has played out pretty much as I suggested it probably would. And the projected target for me is certainly the next Fibonacci level. The measured target anyway would be down at 53,000, 52,500. Now, that could be it. It's a really good support level. We'll re-examine the market when it gets down there and try and decide whether that is a buying opportunity or whether that's just the first stop. But either way, the market will probably bounce off there. It's just I'm going to have to, when we get there, I'm going to have to gauge whether it's a bounce in a bear trend and we sell it, or whether we buy it and hold it and hope that it retests the previous high. So we'll give you an update nearer the time. But for now, I have to say that I'm afraid for you Bitcoin holders, the outlook is quite negative, and I do see us hitting 53,000.